Hi, my name is Noushin Ketabi, and I'm a certified coffee roaster and Q grader, which is analogous to a wine sommelier but for coffee. I'm also a former Fulbright Fellow in Nicaragua and an attorney. I'm joined here today with my co-founder, Rob Terenzi. He's also a certified roaster. He began working with coffee growers in Nicaragua in 2006, and more recently was an attorney with Wilson Sonsini down the road in Palo Alto. So I'd like to begin with a story. Alma is a coffee farmer in Nicaragua. She grows specialty, organic, fair trade beans, which retail for $20 a pound here in the US. But Alma only gets about $1 a pound. She earns barely enough to feed her family and can only afford to send one of two of her kids to school full time. So, how many people here love coffee? Raise your hand. Yeah. Coffee is hip, it's current, and I don't need to tell you all, but it's everywhere. In fact, specialty coffee is a $25 billion industry. Millennials actually spend more on coffee than anyone else at $22 a week. And more millennials are actually brewing at home. And that's happening in part because there's been lots of innovation on the customer side. There's lots of cool coffee gadgetry and whatever else you could want to really dial in your brewing at home. But while there's been all this innovation on the customer side, there's been really nothing on the supply side since coffee's been introduced to the United States. There's still up to 20 middlemen between the farm and your cup of coffee every day. And that's really not working for anyone. Customers are regularly overpaying for quality coffee, while meanwhile, farmers, 20 million of them in fact, are living at or below the poverty line like Alma. So I bet you're wondering, how will yet another coffee company do anything to address these issues? Well, Vega is no ordinary coffee company. We're turning the industry on its head. We're the only coffee roasted at origin by coffee growers themselves. By taking on more of the supply chain, our farmer roasters earn 4 times more income. We sell our farmer roasted coffee subscriptions through our website, vegacoffee.com. We deliver direct to our customers from Nicaragua, so it arrives here within 5 days of roasting, fresh and ready to enjoy. And despite the fact that the quality of our coffee rivals elite US roasters like Intelligentsia or Stumptown, our price point is at $15 including shipping. So I'm going to hand things off to my co-founder Rob to get into more details.
Thank you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our business model. We've been shipping coffee for about 2.5 years now, and over that time we've developed 3 distinct revenue channels. The first is what Noushin was talking about, our direct-to-consumer subscription model. Because we deliver such a high-quality product with such a great story, we're actually able to activate our customers to become brand ambassadors. Second place is we want to become your office coffee upgrade. This is a $5 billion market, and yet 70% of employees hate the coffee served in their office. We think this is a place that has huge potential for growth. And in fact, yesterday we kicked off our supplier partnership with Airbnb. Third, over the last 6 months, we've developed some really powerful distribution partnerships and private label accounts. This has allowed us to really ramp up our capacity, multiply our impact, and perhaps most importantly, reduce costs across the various revenue channels. Now, these 3 channels have combined to create some real momentum and growth. Last year we did about $140K in revenue. This year we're slated to do about $350, and the purchase commitments plus our exit rate have us going close to $1 million next year alone. I want to quickly call out 2 data points from this slide. First is the ratio of how much our customers pay over the course of their subscription versus how much it costs to bring them into our ecosystem. So right now we're sitting at about 4, which is already above kind of relative industry benchmarks. But we believe with a little bit of investment and some optimization work, we can get that number above 6, which would be really powerful from a profit generating perspective. Secondly, our gross margins right now are at about 30-35%, but with projected volume increase alone, we can get that number over 50% and continue to increase that, all while still prioritizing farmer payments. Now, on an impact side, our story is pretty simple and straightforward. We provide better pay more regularly, coupled with skills training to women. And this has a transformative effect where we've been working. This is kind of all to say that the future for Vega Coffee is incredibly bright. So in addition to pioneering new sales opportunities, we're also getting ready to scale geographically. In partnership with Mercy Corps, we're launching our second roasting center. This one's going to be in Colombia in just 3 months. After that, we'll go to Guatemala. And the big vision is to have a coffee roasting center throughout the coffee producing world. We believe that we can replace extractive trade with a sustainable, generative supply chain that can have a radical effect on the economies of developing countries around the globe. To turn that vision into a reality, we're looking for $650K in convertible debt to invest in sales, expand capacity, and scale geographically. We've made tremendous progress with Alma, and with your help, we can reach 50,000, 100,000 farmers just like her. Thank you.